Hello. So you've come to the realization that the world is deterministic. Maybe you watched some YouTube videos on the topic, maybe you read a book, but one way or another, you are now in the predetermined um, thought camp. Um, and you might be struggling a bit with finding the motivation to do stuff if everything's predetermined. And I was in this camp as well, and some days still am. But I came up with some arguments that helped me get out of this kind of depressed state, if you will. Um, and I'd like to share them with you because maybe this will help to someone else out there as well. Anyway, let's imagine a line that represents time. You could even call it a timeline. And you are somewhere on it. And there is a future version of you that you'd like to be. Now, I don't mean this has to be somewhat realistic. If you are you and you want to be Brad Pitt, unless you are Brad Pitt, then that's unlikely to happen. But let's say, keep it simple, let's say that there is a version of you that is just happy or content. A version that might not be what you are right now. So, how do you get to that version? Well, first you must become aware that you are not that version of yourself that you want to be. Um, as with most things in life, if you want something, you must first become aware of that you want the thing. That is like step one. And then, you'll do whatever you have to do to get that thing. So, the first step to being content or happy is realizing that you are not. Um, and this is kind of the main point of the argument because once you've realized that you are not, let's say, happy, then that is a good sign that you are likely meant to be happy later down the line. And now you have like this time to fill between the you of now and the you of the future with stuff that will lead you to being happy. Stuff that is obviously predetermined, right? So, for me, for example, it means like, I don't know, apparently reading a bit of philosophy or hanging out with friends or running or I don't know, anything else, right? But my life is filled with a bunch of stuff that will lead me to the state of being content. Um, I've had this thought process now for, let's say, maybe a year or two, and for what it's worth, it is working. Now, obviously, you might argue that, wait, this is this is kind of stupid because obviously if it works the one way, then it will work also the other way, where if you are right now really happy and you become aware of a version of you that is unhappy, then odds are, you know, you'll end up being unhappy. But personally, I'm fine with that because I realize that as most things in life, um, determinism likely is cyclical, um, where you'll be unhappy, then you'll become aware of it, and you'll want the future where you are happy. Events will happen. You'll do things that you are meant to do to get that state where you are happy, and then from there maybe you'll be predetermined to be again unhappy, in which case what's going to happen is going to happen, but odds are that after that there will be the next phase in which you'll again be happy, right? It's a cyclical kind of up and down process. And that's fine with me. That might not be fine with you. Um, but this is what keeps me kind of going. Um, I effectively, if I'm kind of down in the dumps, then I have a future to look forward to where I will not be. And this keeps me motivated to do things that will get me to that state of, um, to get me to that version of me that I want to be. Obviously, it's not my decision. The dominoes are going to fall how they are meant to fall, but um, it definitely helps me in my day to day, and maybe it will to you as well. Anyway, thanks. Bye.